All right, let's talk about this topic that we've been covering now for several weeks. We just gave you an update a few minutes ago on the JBS worker strike, which is now in day 4. So 9 News legal expert Whitney Traylor is here this morning to talk some more about this, add a little more context. Again, this is a story we started covering weeks ago, but we're hoping, Whitney, you can take us back to the beginnings. How did we get to this point with this labor dispute?
Yeah, this is a traditional labor dispute. It's been going on for about 8 months. They were the union and ownership were trying to come to an agreement on the collective bargaining agreement, and they couldn't come to an agreement. So they extended it out, and the contract extension ended on Sunday night, and the union threatened to strike on Monday morning, and they went ahead and did so. And really, it's over a number of things. It's an unfair labor practice strike at this point, and so they were it's about wages, mandatory overtime, protective gear, working conditions, because we know that this industry is very dangerous. It's it's a difficult job, and so they couldn't reach an agreement, so they started the strike on Monday.
So earlier this week, we covered the fact that JBS is going to now move some of its production to other facilities. They have to, without any workers there in the Greeley plant to do the work. I guess the question now is, let's assume there's going to be a resolution here sometime soon. What could that resolution look like?
Well, a good negotiation, most mediators will tell you both sides should walk away feeling like they gave up too much. So in this instance, it's just a matter of probably negotiating a new collective bargaining agreement that would probably go for 3 to 5 years. I think it would entail incremental raises over time because wages is one of the issues. Dealing with the safety issue, I think trying to get more staff online. So there's a few things that both sides can give up, and I think that they definitely can get there. I mean, at this point, JBS is saying, hey, we offered 60 cents an hour and then 30 cents for the next 2 years. And the union is saying, no, that's not enough. JBS is saying we're in conjunction with nationwide pricing and payment salary, but they're comparing it to states such as Alabama, whose minimum wage is around $7.25 and ours is almost $20. So
can't compare.
It doesn't correlate exactly.
So I don't know if you heard earlier this morning, we talked about the fact that JBS is now claiming that the workers are ready to vote on the latest offer. They want to vote, and they're saying that the union isn't letting them vote. We're not going to ask you to speak on that, but I am going to ask you about retaliation. I mean, is there a way is it possible, is it legal for JBS to retaliate against striking workers? Yeah,
it's a great question, and this is all governed by the National Labor Relations Act, so it's statutory, and there are certain things that the JBS can and can't do. Because this is an unfair labor practice strike, they cannot replace them permanently. They can bring in replacement workers. I'm not sure if they're doing that. You mentioned that they're shipping it out to other plants. So I don't know if they've brought in other workers, but because this is an unfair labor practice strike and not an economic strike, they can't replace those workers permanently. So they should get their jobs back as when the strike ends. And they're saying that the union has said this is a 2-week strike, but of course that can change depending on how things go.
We know the workers and the company care about this story. Why should everyone have an interest in this story?
That's a great question. Well, JBS is a huge, I think the biggest meatpacking company in the nation. So this could really affect supply chain. It's definitely, we saw the rancher from Kansas who came in to support the workers. So it will impact grocery stores, ranch workers, and of course, the prices. So we've already seen some prices go up. Beef has gone up over the years significantly. It's doubled in just the last decade, I think. So that's one issue. And then, of course, the people power. I mean, most people are employees, and employees don't necessarily have the leverage. And this is an example of people coming together and using their leverage. And that's really the point of a strike, is to bring public awareness to it, to get these rights, because ownership and corporate generally hold all the cards. So this is, most of us are employees, so this is an example of people power.
Whitney, we appreciate you weighing in on the story that I know we're going to be covering for several more weeks.